I'm Andrea Giles, and you're listening to the Heal from Infidelity podcast, episode number 186, Focusing on the Wrong Things After Infidelity. Hello, and welcome to the Heal from Infidelity podcast, where courageous women learn not only to heal from their spouse's betrayal, but to become the boldest, truest, most decisive, and confident versions of themselves ever. If you know there's more for you than the life you're currently living, but don't quite know how to get there, you are in the right place. Stick around to learn how to create a life that will knock your own socks off. Is it possible? It is, and I'm here to show you how. I'm your host, Andrea Giles. Are you ready? Let's dive in. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back. Back again. Sometimes I wonder if you get tired of hearing my voice every week, but you keep coming back and passing me along, and I appreciate it so much. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for reviewing, all the things. I sure love my listeners. Thank you for being here. Today, we're going to be talking about focusing on the wrong things after infidelity. Why? Because I want to save you some hassle. That's why. Okay? I want to save you some time. Let's shave some time off of this process and look at the things that are slowing you down. And let's look at the things that are going to help clean that up, okay? We all can fall into the trap of focusing on the wrong things, thinking that it's going to help us get where we want to go faster, when in reality, it's like dragging our feet in the mud. When we are shattered, that initial shattering after infidelity, it makes total sense that your brain is really trying to latch onto something, anything that's going to give you some sense of control or direction. And the most common place that people fixate is the decision to stay or go. What do I do? That's the biggest piece. But there are so many other pieces here that we fixate on. There's so many. And today I'm going to go through several different examples of things that we focus on that are the wrong question and what to be asking instead. Okay, you ready? All right, let's go. The first one, should I stay or go? I'm going to start with this big one because it is the one that I see people get hung up on the most. They will start taking steps towards staying or going and then question it, right? The question of staying or going absolutely does matter, absolutely does have big consequences, ramifications, all the things, but it is not the question that should come first. It's not the one that's going to give you peace or clarity. In fact, when you ask the question too soon, it tends to spin you out. You end up trying to make a permanent decision from a very temporary emotional state. What I've come to see again and again in my own life and in the lives of the people I work with, my clients, is that the real decision is not actually about staying or going. It's about who you are becoming in the process. It's about which path calls you deeper into truth, which direction calls you into your highest good, even if it's not the easiest or the clearest one right now. That's the question to ask. Which path asks me to step more into who I am? Ask me to shed layers of doubt and fear and step more into boldness, into leading myself forward, into asking for more of what I want, into being more of who I am, and then letting the chips fall where they may. Something I've been known to say in my group, my coaching group, is the decision to stay or go is beside the point. It's beside the point. The point is, who are you becoming? And when you choose who you're becoming, and when you decide that you are choosing you no matter what, the decision reveals itself, and you know which one is going to help you become more of you and which one is going to keep you shrunken and small. And only you can decide that. but it comes from putting you first, about stepping into who you want to be, how you're going to grow who you are, what you need to shed, choosing who you want to be, who you want to become. All right, now we're going to get into more examples, okay? Here's another question that's focusing on the wrong thing. Are they sorry enough? So many get stuck on, are they showing enough remorse? Are they doing the work? Are they in pain like I am? It's really, really natural. We want justice. We want validation. We want to know that they know how much they've hurt us. Here's the trap, though. Their guilt does not equal your healing. It does not equal your healing. They can be the most remorseful person in all the land, and you can still be walled off. You can still be angry. You can still hate their guts. You can still leave. You can still stay and resent them forever. You could have a partner who is weeping at your feet every day and still feeling completely stuck. Why? Because the real question here is not, are they sorry enough? The real question is, am I facing my own pain, my own grief, and my own power? Am I facing why this hurts so bad? Am I facing the stories that I'm telling myself about this that actually maybe have nothing to do with this other person? Am I facing my own power, my own authority to decide whatever I want to do with this, my own authority to change my life however I want? Okay, we get stuck on, are they sorry enough? But that only gets you so far. We do need to know if they're remorseful. We need to know if they're doing the things they need to do to internally become the kind of person that would never do this again. This is very, very important. But prioritizing that over looking at yourself, facing your own pain, your own grief, your own power, your own authority, is getting things in the wrong order. Okay? Now, another one that we get wrong. I just want them to regret it. Okay? It's similar to the last one, but it's a little bit different. This one is so human. We want to feel chosen. We want to be proven right. Like, you're right, I'm wrong. You're good, I'm bad, right? We want them to finally wake up and see what they've lost and see what they've done. Wake up. When are they going to get it? Are they always going to be the kind of person that we have to pull questions out of? That I have to go tiptoe around, or they're going to blow up and ask me when I'm going to get over it? Okay, those are important things to know, but there's something else that's more important. In that example, you're focusing still completely on them. It is still about getting something from them, but the deeper question is giving back to yourself. So the more powerful question is, what does my healing look like when it's not dependent on their regret, their return, or their recognition? What does that shift for you? I'm curious what that shifts for you. If it's not completely focusing on their regret or their guilt, what shifts? How am I tending to my pain, regardless of how they're showing up? Rather than, I'll feel better if they're showing up this way, I'll feel worse if they're not. It's putting too much power in their hands to look at it this way. Your healing is not contingent on their remorse, on their guilt, on if they get it or not. You get to decide. Okay, you get to decide that. All right, next example. They need to change. I can only get better if they change. Yeah, they do. If they want to rebuild trust, real change is absolutely required. But the truth is, many get stuck monitoring their transformation while neglecting our own. We're tracking, have they booked therapy? Are they reading the books? Did they respond the right way when I brought up my trigger? And in the meantime, we haven't asked, am I living in alignment with my truth? Am I honoring what I really need, whether or not they ever change? What am I watering down? And how I actually feel and what I actually want to keep the peace here? I'm going to watch instead. I'm just going to watch and see what they do before I really even tell the truth to myself. Okay, this is the reverse order. Look to you first, my friends. Look to you first. What do you want? What do you need? What are you willing to stand up for, whether or not they ever change? We cannot outsource our healing to someone else's timeline. That's not fair to you. It's not fair to you. So the bigger question here, rather than are they changing, are they doing enough, is am I giving myself what I need? What do I need? And am I taking good care of myself? What do I need now? And the thing is, when you go in that order, what they're doing, you won't have to push for it. You won't have to go searching. You'll know. Like your body will let you know if you can relax or not. Your body will let you know if you need to really stay on your guard or really firmly ask for more, or if you actually can relax. This is inside out healing. It's the only real way to heal. All right. The next question we get not in order is, how do we get back to how things were? All right. This is not the goal, my friends. We're not going back. We are not going back. We're not going back to how things were. The relationship as it was is gone. We cannot go back, not individually. We are not that girl anymore. Or for my men listening, you're not that boy anymore. Okay? You are not. You can't go back. You can't go back. It's like when you see something that you cannot unsee. There is no unseeing it. This is one of those things. All right? It's like trying to rebuild a house on a foundation that is collapsed. It can't be done. And if you try, the house is going to fall apart on that shaky, collapsed foundation. It's not going to stand. Okay? The real question isn't how do we get back? The real one is what wants to be built now? And how do we go about building that? What would be a good first step? What tools do I need? Whose help do I need to build? Do I want to do it individually for now and then maybe see if there's a place here for this other person to come join me? Or maybe down the road, somebody else entirely, right? Something deeper is available to you, but only if you're willing to release what's already died. There is no going back. There's only moving forward and building something new and sustainable on a solid foundation. Okay? All right. The next question that we kind of get wrong, should I check their phone again? Hypervigilance makes sense when you've been betrayed, right? You want safety. You want to feel like it won't happen again. You want to know. But tracking and checking and controlling, they don't build trust. They keep you in high anxiety. They keep you spinning. They keep you on the lookout all the time. The more powerful shift is, what if I trusted myself to know when I'm no longer safe without needing to prove it through surveillance? Ooh, do you hear the power in that? What if I trusted myself to know when I'm no longer safe without needing to prove it through surveillance? Okay, that's a flex move right there. And many of you have already experienced this, where you already knew something. You already knew something was off. And for whatever reason, maybe you swept it under the rug. Maybe you actually spoke up and they lied so eloquently that you then swept it under the rug. You know better now. Now you know. You were right all along. Your intuition game was strong, right? What if you could know without constantly checking? What if you could trust that if there's something that you need to know, you're going to know, and that until then, you're going to keep moving forward the way you are? All right? That's pretty powerful, right? All right. So if the above examples are distractions from the real work, what is the real work? The real work is becoming the version of you who doesn't abandon yourself, who doesn't place how you're doing, what your peace is, what you want, how you take care of yourself on anyone else. It's the person who knows how to discern if you're operating out of truth or if you're operating out of fear. And this can be hard to see sometimes, because sometimes we can actually be operating from our highest truth and have fear come to the table and try to sabotage us. So knowing the difference there too is part of the work. This is about becoming a person who leads him or herself no matter what anyone else does or doesn't do. Always just keeps leading forward. This is about liberation, not just repair. It's about freeing yourself from what other people are doing to determine how you're doing. It's about coming home to yourself. So to wrap this up, if you've been spinning in the questions, should I stay? Is he sorry? Will it ever feel like it used to? I want to lovingly invite you to pause and ask yourself a deeper question. Who am I becoming in this process? And which path leads me toward the woman or man I most want to be? Because when you anchor into that, the decisions become so much clearer, so much clearer. The obsession quiets and the healing gets real. You start to feel yourself heal, move forward, okay? Thank you for being here today. If this resonated with you, I invite you to go check out the class that I just released a little bit ago. It's about the decision to stay or go. $47. It's a deep dive into these questions, like getting deeper than should I stay or should I go? Looking so much deeper than that, dropping out of your head and into your body, into your knowing, into your intuition, into the part of you that already knows, and getting out of your own way. Okay, go get it. $47. Link is in the show notes. Let me remind you, you're not broken. There's nothing wrong with you. This is your human journey. This is the journey you're on right now. If you allow it, let yourself believe that this experience is sharpening something really important in you. It's not an accident. It's not an accident, and you will be okay. And it's sharpening something. What part of you is it sharpening? Is it sharpening your ability to discern? Is it sharpening your ability to say no? Is it sharpening your ability to choose you no matter what? Is it sharpening your ability to lean in or lean out of a relationship? To let a wall down or to set a boundary that might look like putting a wall up, but doing it from a place of self-love? What is it sharpening in you? All right, thank you so much for being here, and I will see you next week. Bye-bye. Thank you for listening to the Heal from Infidelity podcast. If you would like to be kept in the know about upcoming free classes, new podcast episodes, and other ways of working with me, go subscribe to my weekly email. You can subscribe at AndreaGiles.com/lies-about-infidelity/. Again, it's AndreaGiles.com/lies-about-infidelity/. I will see you next time.